Okay, so I've got to rattle day three off pretty quickly here as I am on a deadline. And I probably shouldn't take time to do this, but I do have a commitment to make a video about every day of this 7-day juice fast. And this is the completion of day three. And once again, well, let me just start with last night. After I made the last video, Gary called me and he was watching a show on public TV about famous sandwich shops in the United States, and he gave me kind of a travel log of the best sandwiches in the United States, including lobster rolls and Geno's Steaks in Philadelphia, which I'm familiar with, and some sandwiches that sounded mighty tasty. And just thinking about sandwiches, I love sandwiches and I love bread. And then I started thinking, but you can never have a sandwich again. And then after he hung up, I was a little, verklempt thinking about sandwiches, which sort of made me hungry. And then I went online and I looked up no wheat diets, and somehow it led me to bread alternatives, such as sprouted flax seed bread and other sprouted grain breads. So I was happy that I can have a sandwich again, that, that's not my last sandwich. And then I started fantasizing about sandwiches and cheese sandwiches with tomato and lettuce, and oh boy. So, and then like tofurkey and, kind of fake meats, how good that is. So I, was feeling good about that, but finally I had to force myself to go to sleep and just forget about sandwiches. And then I got up in the morning, weighed in, I was like 122.8, which is good, it's dropping. And the barometric pressure is dropping. And I think I had a little, I made real fast carrot juice before I went to program. I had just enough time for that. It was very good. Did I make chai? I don't know. But I did have chai sometime around that, maybe after I got back from program. I fell asleep in program again. That seems to be a trend. And let's see, came home. I think I just did chai. And then, let's see, chai, carrot juice. At some point in the afternoon, I did the fruit juice, which was absolutely amazing. It was heavenly. Ambrosia. It was pineapple, cantaloupe, grapes, blueberries. I squeezed an orange with my orange juicer, which works pretty good. A lot of muscle power in that, but it's not going to break. And it was very, 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 very good. So I had some of that and went to program again. I think I had more chai. Oh yeah, before I went to program, I made coffee because I'm on a deadline, and there's something psychological about being on a deadline that if I have coffee, it inspires me. I made the coffee. I didn't drink it before program, but as soon as I got home, I had some of this coffee. Actually, I may have made the tomato juice next, but there was coffee, shortly after program, and I did make a really big thing of delicious tomato juice, which I've been drinking in the evening. And I am also drinking coffee, which is cheating. Chai and coffee are not technically on a juice fast, but I guess that's just the way I roll, especially when I'm on a deadline, which is not so great. In fact, I have the coffee on the stove right now, and it's starting to overcook because I'm heating it up. So let's see, is there anything else? I made some notes that I felt really good in program. I mean, this breathing thing and this clean physiology, it's not to be trifled with. It's quite good. Oh yeah, and Gary called again today and talked about sandwiches. And I actually was on my computer and was able to look up these different locations. And I even thought about us going on a road trip to find these sandwiches and indulge in them. That would be kind of a fun itinerary, but then I realized it would be very unhealthy because none of these sandwiches are healthy. They had an egg foo young sandwich on 2 pieces of bread. I like egg foo young. I like bread, but nah. It would be a very unhealthy road trip because in between these stops, you'd be eating road food, which is pretty bad. So it's not going to happen. So anyway, so that's it. I got through all the sandwich talk and I realized I can have sandwiches. I've actually scheduled a trip to Trader Joe's after the diet, after the last day of the juice fast, which is next Thursday. And I'm going to pick up some nice sprouted breads and, maybe even freeze them because I might not be able to eat too much bread before I go away. I might be going away, I might not. I don't know. That remains to be seen. So anyway, that's it for today. I just wanted to rattle off a quick day 3. Tomorrow is day 4. There was a point today when I was feeling extremely famished. I didn't want to break out the juicer. I didn't want to have to clean up. I eventually did it. I plugged in my steam cleaner because my commitment is to clean up the juicer right after I juice because I really don't want these fruit flies. And I did it twice and, it was a pain in the neck. But the steam cleaner works and I just leave the steam cleaner out now and keep water in it and just plug it in. And that's pretty streamlined. So by remembering that when you're famished, you don't, because there was a point when I was thinking, you need some food. And then I thought, no, you don't. You need some juice. You just need to pull out the juicer, stop it. And just as soon as I have the juice, I'm good. So that's it. I'm on the trail. I'm continuing to continue. Tomorrow's day 4. And after I'm finished day 4, I will be more than halfway through. 7 days is, for a seasoned juicer like myself. This is, I'm used to it. You can do it. And I'm getting great results. I really am. I'm very happy with it because another thing I realized is that I gained probably, let's say 4 pounds, maybe 3. And that can seem very small, especially after you've lost weight. But my new resolve is that every time I gain weight, to take it off immediately. Just get it done. Get it off. Don't allow myself, be like paying off a big debt and then just borrowing money because you have, all your debts paid off and you can do it. It's like, no, if you want to stay debt free, if you want to stay at a particular weight, you have to dip these things in the bud. And better yet, not, overindulge. But if you do overindulge, just stay on track and just keep going back. It's like pushing back on a tide, a rising tide. So that's it. Just wanted to check in, and I will check in tomorrow.